Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you some of the common errors in Excel and how you can correct them. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the video and see what we can do with these errors and get done with them and suffer no more. So I have a simple table here that I've used to perform my calculations to derive these errors. So we are going to see how to correct them one by one. So I have like 7 examples of errors that are most common to you guys. So the first error I'm going to show you how to correct is the hash symbol. So when the column is too narrow to display the results of the calculations, mm, this type of error occurs, the hash symbols, I mean that. So to correct this, you just have to widen your column by doing this, and then you correct the error just like that. It's as simple as we've seen, just widening the column and then it's done. I know probably you've been thinking a lot about the error that might be something that is so difficult to correct, but it's just a matter of widening the column and then your results will be displayed the way they should have been, and you're done with that. Moving on to the next one, we have the divided by zero error. So this error occurs when the formula attempts to divide a number by zero. So any number divided by zero is mathematically impossible, right? So to correct this error, we just have to change. We have to change our formula. We have to divide it by something other than zero. So as we can see our formula here from the formula bar, we can see that cell E2 was divided by zero. So we just have to change it, like let's say divided by 2, boom, and our error is corrected. That's it. Very simple, right? Yo, let's move on to the next one. Uh, the reference error. This occurs when the formula refers to a cell that is not valid, right? So as we can see from the formula bar here, that where one of our cells supposed to be, it's not there. So that's where the problem is coming in. Could have either been deleted or moved to another sheet or to another location within the workbook. So to correct this, we just have to give it a valid cell reference. So let's clear this out, and then let's say we select this and then press enter, boom, and then our error is corrected. Moving on to the name error. The name error occurs when the formula contains the function which Excel does not recognize. Hmm? So what we're gonna do to correct this one is also very simple. And name error, this one is just a typing error problem. Most times when you're entering your formulas or function, then you misspell them, then when you try to execute it, you end up with this error here called the name error. So if you can see from our formula bar that there's a typing error on the formula sum, so just have to come and delete this, correct the spelling, and then boom, when you execute it, everything goes on very well. That's it for the name error. Very simple, right? So moving on to the next one, we have the value error. This occurs when the formula refers to a cell that Excel cannot use in calculations. So you can solve this problem by correcting the argument or change the formula. So let's try and change the formula or correct it. So what are we correcting here? Let's try and delete this first. Now the logical test, because you can see that this were the data type was a text, not a number. So Excel cannot use text to perform calculations. So let's see what we can do. Let's select this and then we press enter. Boom. So we can see that it was corrected. Right. If it's less than, boom. If it's high, low, yeah. So I'm moving on to the next one. We have the second last one. We have the number error. So this means that the number specified is not valid for the function or formula. So for example, using a power function that can generate a larger number than Excel can handle, or for this case that we are using a square root function or formula. So it led us to this error here. We're trying to get the square root of b5, the content of cell b5. So getting the square root of -1 will give us the num error. To get this right or to correct this error, we have to get the square root of something else or correct the value or change the number that we are trying to get the square root, because Excel cannot execute a square root of a negative. So whether make this positive or we change the formula or try to get a different number. So for this case, I'm gonna try and get the square root of this. So let's correct the error and see what we get. So removing this, uh-huh, then replacing it with this, you see what we get. Boom. So that's the square root, right? We've got the square root of that. Then moving on to the last error for today's video, we have the null error. So this occurs when the specified two ranges have no intersection, right? So as you can see from here, we are trying to get the sum of B2 to E2, right? From B2 to E2 here of the expect. So, and we can see that from here, the intersection, the colon which should have been there, it's not there. Instead, it has a space between them. So what we do, we just correct this by putting the colon in between the cell reference, and then we execute, and then our, our error is corrected. So thank you for watching the video till the end. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to turn on your notification